Hi, Assalamualaikum and good day. So today I would like to share with you another past year question, which is December 2018. Question 3A. MFRS 140 investment property requires that the fair value of investment property shall reflect market conditions at the end of the reporting period. This will generally be the market value of the property. Required, state the measurement of investment property in the event of inability to determine the fair value reliably. Right? So if you are unable to determine the fair value reliably, then how are you going to measure the investment property? Alright, so let's look at the solution. In certain circumstances, the fair value of IP cannot be determined on a continuing basis, and there is a clear evidence that the fair value cannot be measured reliably, such as due to market transactions. Therefore, the entity shall measure the IP using cost model as per MFRS 116. Okay. Under this model, the residual value of the IP shall assume to be 0. Okay, so next, B. On 1st January 2013, Mikhail Bahad acquired a land at RM 4 million to be developed into a commercial office building, which is to be rented out after completion, right? The process to obtain all necessary licenses, permissions and approvals prior to starting the construction is expected to last for 12 months to complete. Therefore, Mikhail Bahad decided to use the land temporarily for agricultural activity. So Mikhail wants to use that land while waiting for the further process of getting license permissions and approvals and all that. So for 12 months vacant period, Mikhail wants to use it for agricultural activity. That land, okay, that land is to be used for agricultural activity. Construction was then begun on 1st January 2014, right? Which is after 1 year, Mikhail acquired that land. Finally, on 1st July 2018, the 10-story building was completed with a total construction cost of 20 million. Mikhail Bahai uses the top floor as its own office and rents the other 9 floors to Naufal Bahai, a non-subsidiary entity. Starting 1st October 2018 under operating lease arrangement. Okay, so it started to rent it out to non-subsidiary entity on 1st October 2018, right? Naufal Bahar uses that building to run a hotel business and paid a monthly rental of 200,000 to Mikhail Bahar. Alright, so Mikhail Bahar provides some insignificant ancillary services. Right, here is another information about ancillary services. Right, in the operation of lessee business at a cost of 35,000 per annum. The floors of the building cannot be sold separately, right? The economic life of the building is 30 years and the company adopts a fair value model in its subsequent measurement of IP. Alright, let us discuss the accounting treatment of the land for the year ended 31st December 2013. How are you going to classify the land? Since the land, while waiting for further process of getting license and so on, Mikhail used that land for agricultural activities. So how are you going to treat that land? Okay. So for the year ended 31st December 2013, the land is classified as IP as per MFRS 140 IP at RM 4 million, right? This is because the stated main objective of the entity is to build a commercial office building, which will be held to earn rentals and for capital appreciation. This is the main objective of you acquired that land, right? You wanted to build the commercial building for investment purposes, which is to be held to earn rentals and for capital appreciation, right? The temporary use of the land as agricultural activity is only incidental to the main objective, right? So it may therefore be appropriate to classify the land as IP from the initial recognition, right? Next, discuss accounting treatment of the building for the year ended 31st December 2018. For the year ended 31st December 2018, the whole building is classified as IP as per MFRS 140 IP. Why? Since the floor cannot be sold separately, and provided that Mikael Bahar only used insignificant part of the building as its own office, right? So since the building cannot be sold separately, so you have to classify the whole building either as IP or either as PPE. As for this question, you will classify it as IP since the owner occupied portion is insignificant. And furthermore, the ancillary services provided by Mikael Bahar to Naufal Bahar of 35,000 per annum were also insignificant to the whole arrangement. Alright? Then the whole building is classified as an IP. The cost of building of 20,000 is capitalized and added as part of the cost of IP in the SOFP, right? So that's the cost of your building. Next, for 3B3, your SOPL and SOFP extract as at 31st December 2018. So you have your SOPL here, revenue, you have rental income, 200,000 times 3 months, right? Okay, so 600,000, just for 2018, okay, October, November and December, since you started to rent it out on October, okay, so for 3 months. As for ancillary services, 35,000 is per annum, right? So per annum, so you have to find the fees for monthly fees for the ancillary services. So here you have provided 3 months of ancillary services, so 35,000 times 3 over 12. So for these 3 months, your ancillary services that you provide will be paid 8,750. As for your SOFP, non-current asset, investment property, 4 million is for the land, plus with the building 20 million, so your IP will be 24 million. Next, C. On 1st January 2013, Akil Bahar bought a building costing 4.5 million in Taiping, okay, to operate its new clothing business line. The useful life of the building was 20 years, and Akil Bahar uses cost model to account for the building. On 31st December 2015, Akil Bahar was considering to move to a bigger building since the business was growing fast. The fair value of the building in Taiping on that date was 5 million. However, only 31st December 2018, Akil Bahar had moved to its new building, right? So, meaning to say that on 31st December 2015 just now, Akil just considering to move, but it haven't moved yet. So only on 31st December 2018 then the real transfer or the real movement made, okay, had moved to its new building costing 8 million in Ipoh. The building in Taiping was rented out to Ridwan Bahar, okay. The fair value of the building in Taiping on 31st December 2018 was 6 million. So the entity uses fair value model to account for its investment property. So as you can see here, for this question, at the first place, the building is being used as owner-occupied property, right? And then on 31st December 2018, started to rented out the building because Akil Bahad had moved to new building in Ipoh. So the building in Taiping had been rented out to Ridwan Bahad. So there is a transfer, okay, transfer or reclassification of that building. Okay, let's look at the accounting treatment of the transfer of the owner occupied property to investment property. So on 31st December 2018, there is a transfer from PPE to IP, right? From PPE to IP because there is a change of use from owner-occupied property as per MFRS 116 PPE to rented out as per MFRS 140 IP. The fair value as that date was RM 6 million will be the deemed carrying value of the IP. Alright. The current value of the PPE on that date of transfer is 3.15 million. So the difference between the fair value and the carrying amount on that date will be treated as a revaluation as per MFRS 116 PPE, right? Remember I told you guys that if there is a transfer from PPE to IP, regardless of the model adopted by that PPE building, on the date of transfer, there will be a revaluation. Regardless of the model, either cost model or revaluation model, on that particular date of transfer, there will be a revaluation, either surplus on revaluation or deficit on revaluation. So for this one, you got the revaluation surplus. As that date there was a revaluation surplus of 2.85 million that will be credited to ARR. Alright. So this is the workings, right? On 1st January 2013, the cost of the building is 4.5 million. You have provided accumulated depreciation for 6 years. So 4.5 million divided by 20 years, the useful life times 6, 1350, right? Missed 10 there, right? You can add another 0 here, right? Okay. Then you got the carrying amount of 3.15 million compared with the fair value on the date of transfer, which is 6 million. Then you will get the surplus on revaluation of 2850. Alright, so 2850. Right, so here is 2850. Your the fair value on the date of transfer will be the deemed carrying value of your IP. Okay, right. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching and listening.